An October morning in Ohio, 2022. Something awful has happened in this seemingly ordinary home.
He'd come out screaming out of his house and he thinks his wife is dead in bed.
50-year-old Rachelle Brewsaugh is dead. Her boyfriend of 26 years, Toby, found her body in suspicious circumstances.
Did you see these three people?
He's frantic with grief, but as the cops investigate, they realize there's something more to the story.
Was there anybody else there?
Not that I saw.
A new home, a horrific attack, and a shocking trial. Here on the Decoder with exclusive interview footage, this is the story of Toby Madden. Around 10 a.m., October 11th. It's a quiet morning on a suburban street in Hamilton, Ohio, but it won't be quiet for long. Toby Madden's come out onto the street in great distress.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
1280 Parrish Avenue.
Something horrible has happened to his wife.
My neighbor knows.
This was supposed to be their dream home. Now it's a crime scene. And Rachelle Brewsaugh is dead. Residents on this street are left rattled, trying to piece together what just happened.
How old is she?
You know what I mean? She's a year older, about 50, early 50s.
Probably 50.
Yeah.
Rachelle was born in Hamilton, but she's only been living in this specific house for a week. She and her partner Toby were renovating it together. They've been in a relationship for 26 years, and they have a daughter who is herself an adult. She's left home and has her own life, leaving Toby and Rachelle with an empty nest. They're looking towards eventual retirement and the next chapter of their lives together, but it's not to be.
What did you think when you heard that scream?
Well, can I give an example?
Sure.
It was like you open the door and something flew at you. It was just a ah! Like that.
When the cops enter the house via the front entrance, they find both Rachelle and Toby. Toby is on top of Rachelle, giving her CPR.
I could visually see that she was far gone, and there was no reason to do chest compressions at this time, so I grabbed him by his shirt and pulled him off of her. I saw multiple stab wounds across her entire stomach and arms. There was a lot of blood. Her skin was very pale.
Those aren't the signs of a medical emergency. This is murder.
Well, at this time, I did not know if there was anyone else left in the house that possibly could have done this to her.
But the house is empty. It's not just the evidence of moving, however. It's also the evidence of a violent attack. In an autopsy, the medical examiner discovers that Rachelle has been stabbed 55 times.
The vast majority of the stab wounds she sustained were in the chest and abdominal area. There were a few on the hands and arms, in between the fingers, forearms, locations typically seen when an individual is trying to defend themselves during an attack like this.
Okay.
He finds that her injuries were probably caused by a small foldable knife, like a Swiss Army knife. The couple's neighbor just can't believe what's happened.
This is weird. They're redoing the house, so they're redoing a lot of work on it. And I mean, they're just like every day they're moving more stuff in. But this past week probably the one and only time they actually spent the night there. Because I guess they still have their other home.
From a dream house to a tomb, the renovations would never be finished.
You ever come fight her?
I think this house renovation thing has served them crazy. That's fair to say.
Toby and Rachelle were under pressure, the way any couple in the middle of a move would be. Sometimes they snap.
What did Toby look like? What do you look like? Was he?
Honestly, I thought maybe he just got out of bed. Woke up, his hair was disarray. You know what I mean? Like going every which way.
Bedhead?
Yeah. And, I mean, he was dressed in like, shorts and a shirt. That's why I wonder if maybe, I'm just assuming, wake up and get startled, something like that. But I'm not sure.
Did he have blood on him or anything like that? You weren't that close to him?
No, I didn't want to get that close because I don't really know him. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Toby seems to have been honestly surprised by an attack that left his partner dead. But who could have done this, and why? Cops take Toby back to the station with them. Understandably, he's freaking out.
Hey, you need something? Okay, can I get you some water? No, get you paper towels. Okay. You're wasting time, man. No. Toby, I had to get information from you to figure this stuff out. Okay? Because I need to know when was the last time you saw her.
He doesn't stay in the chair long. Soon, he's collapsed to the floor. But the investigators have a job to do.
So you were sleeping in the house? Yeah. One person was supposed to turn the gas on. One person was supposed to turn the gas on? But you saw 3 people? You saw... There were 3 people. So there were 2 out back.
Through Toby's garbled statements, they managed to piece together an account of the morning. Toby and Rachelle were sleeping in the house, their first night there since they moved. That morning, contractors were scheduled to come and do a test on the gas. They arrived early as arranged.
And then what happened? They were talking about fixing the gas and the hot water because we didn't have hot water. Okay. And then what? I went to sleep. Okay. And when you woke up, what happened? I went to sleep. You heard screaming? Okay.
He says he slept through the contractor's visit. When he woke up again, Rachelle was dead.
Toby, do you know anybody that might have wanted to hurt her? No. Did you guys have anything of value in the house worth taking? They come to do the gas. Yeah. They come to do the gas. Okay. So that we can get the rest of the stuff for the house.
His statement is confused, but it sounds like he's accusing the gas workers of stealing from them. Stealing, and maybe something worse. Dutifully, the cops follow this up. They find the contractors and talk to them that very afternoon.
The gas service had been on for over a year, so we have to perform an air test on it, just to make sure there ain't no leaks on it. Okay. So we were in the basement. We did that, and as we're running in and out, they were down there in the basement most of the time, but I'm running in and out talking to the lady. There's a guy laying in a chair right there.
According to them, it was a very routine service call.
So that room, so when you guys walked in the front door, nothing looked like it was disarranged or like a big fight had just broken out. You said there was a couch and like a little chair.
Yeah, as soon as you walked through that front door, there was a couch on that back wall. Yeah.
They remember seeing Toby sleeping on a couch while they handled the gas.
If they're laying there, I kind of like try to leave them alone, like they're sleeping, because it's early. Try to be quiet.
They arrived at 8 a.m. on the dot. It was Rachelle who let them in, just a few hours before the 911 call and Toby's frantic screams.
What we're getting to is intentional.
What do you mean?
Not accidental.
Oh yeah, this is not accidental.
Okay. Like a heart attack or something.
Something bad's happened after you guys left.
The workers left around half an hour later at 8:30. At this time, Rachelle was still alive. The workers seem honest and reliable. Her death is nothing to do with them. Meanwhile, alone in the interrogation room, Toby is still hysterical.
Oh, baby's gone. Oh, she's gone. I'll find these people. I'll find these people. Oh my God, she's gone. Yes, sir. What am I going to do now? What am I going to do? Well, I don't know what am I going to do. I've been with her for 26 years. Yeah. Well, what am I going to do? I'm hoping you're going to help me figure out how to do it. God. Oh my God. Hey, Toby. Listen. Yeah. There were people after me. There were people after you? Yeah. Who's after you? I don't know exactly.
In the middle of Toby's grief-stricken rant, he says something interesting, that there are people after him, and the detective knows a thing or two about this.
I need your help, okay? But listen, I guess you were supposed to be in court this morning, and you didn't show up for court. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Well, I'm just telling you that they issued a warrant for you, so hold on. But since you got a warrant, I got to read this to you, okay?
This is not Toby's first run-in with the law. In September 2021, he was seen behaving erratically in the public lobby of the Butler County Jail. He had 2 carry-on suitcases with him, and he walked up to one of the cops, ranting about how there were people out to get him. He told the cop he had information on some big-time players involved in drug trafficking, and he wanted protection in exchange for what he knew. He said he knew where a large quantity of drugs were located, but wouldn't tell the cops where. When they searched his suitcases, the truth became evident. He himself had the drugs, 11 ounces of crystal meth, worth nearly $2,500. The package was open, and his erratic behavior suggested that he'd taken some himself. But it was evident that he was a small player in some larger scheme. It's common practice for police departments not to charge people with lower-level drug offenses, but instead to turn them into a confidential informant, allowing them to work off the charge. In other words, the cops have bigger fish to fry. This is the choice they offered to Toby in the police department that day. He agreed and gave them his contact details. Then they dropped him off at a hotel, hoping that once his high wore off, he would be a productive source of information. But they never heard from him again. As a result, they eventually charged him. He was due in court on the morning of October 11th, but he didn't show up. He has a fine due and a warrant for his arrest hanging over him. So in the interview room, they arrest him for failure to comply with a court order. He also has a previous felony conviction from 1988 for aggravated assault. He was sentenced to serve 3 to 15 years at a maximum security prison in Mansfield. It's been almost a whole lifetime since that incident, and they can't be related, can they? The investigators take his clothes to test them for DNA and other physical evidence.
It's right here, search warrant for you, okay? Just so we can take pictures of you, but I'm also taking your clothes and stuff, okay?
What's it? Like for these clothes?
Yes, sir.
These are clothes I never had when I was at the house.
Yeah, I know, that's why we're taking them. Yeah. Because they got the blood on it.
Well, I was on top of her, trying to breathe into her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there might be other people's blood on it.
You want to see if I hurt Rachelle?
Well, we got a document. You got all these injuries, so we have to document the injuries.
This ain't injuries.
Yeah, there are. You got marks on you and abrasions.
Okay.
Photos that I took of Mr. Madden on October 11th of 2022. I took photos of his arms due to the fact that he had appeared to be scratch marks on an arm, and then I think he had an abrasion on his right arm. There's also photos of his chest area, appeared to be scratches across his chest and along his back. I continued to talk to Mr. Madden. He advised that at some point in time he did hear some screaming, but he wasn't sure if it was just in his dream or whether that was in fact the case. He said that's the room he was in when he woke up, walked out, and then found Miss Brewsaugh on the ground.
In a case like this, a woman murdered in the presence of her sleeping partner and no one else in the house, suspicion has to fall on Toby, and Toby's not happy about it.
We didn't know you had a warrant when we came in this room.
So why am I still here?
Well, we were just wanting to speak with you about it.
No, but why am I still here? I've been there for a long time. Why am I still here?
How long have you been here?
He's been in the interrogation room for 4.5 hours by this point. It's a long time with no explanations and no answers. But around 45 minutes later, the investigators return for his side of the story.
I need more information about what happened.
No, I don't want to discuss anything with you right now.
Okay.
I'd like to find out too myself.
Right.
Do you know I got some people after me?
No, I don't.
You're probably the only one in Hamilton that don't know that.
So you think people are after you because of the map?
I think so. Do I think?
It's not just the cops that are after him. It's apparently meth dealers as well. And according to Toby, they showed up last night.
Rachelle was looking down the corridor and he picked me up. But because I couldn't walk from there. It was almost dark. You could see that they were out. You could see them just coming in. They were just coming in. They were walking up on me right by the door. They found me down the house.
Toby believes he's been stalked. and that his life is truly under threat. Is that why he and Rachelle moved from Kentucky back to Hamilton, Ohio? Were they running away? And had whatever they were running from followed them? He says that back in Kentucky, he was using meth and he got mixed up in some criminal dealings. Once, when he was hanging out with these people, they stole about $5,000 worth of his property.
Might not have been a lot to him, but it was to me, and he calls me 96 and said he'd taken a hit. I told him, of course I could see him, like, get my money. I don't know how much his hit was. Maybe it was enough for them to put stuff inside my suitcase without me going and having it dropped off to me.
This is Toby's explanation of the suitcase incident, that the meth wasn't his, but belonged to the people who'd stolen from him. When he turned it in to the cops, he put his life in danger, and they put a bounty on his head.
Didn't make a move on me last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what happened? You obviously didn't get snatched up.
No, you could see on the, you could see on the cameras, man, me being, I was right by the door. I was right by the door and I had to go in and,
the door to Kroger? Okay.
But,
do you remember what time that was?
It was getting dark.
It was getting dark? Okay.
Somehow, he escaped them last night.
Do you have any way of contacting these guys or this group or anything? Do you know what the group's called or anything?
No, but...
He can't identify the people threatening him, but he says he's terrified.
Everything I do, I'm gonna have to be armed and,
What do you have to be armed?
For me, just to be able to walk out to the car.
Yeah. Do you have any weapons?
No.
Is this genuine fear or a telling slip?
Are you the lead detective that's assigned to the space?
Yes, sir. Mr. Madden had told me in one of the interviews while we were talking that there were people following him around Kroger the night before, that he'd been at Kroger, and that they followed him up and down aisles, and he thought they were trying to abduct him. So based on that, I went to Kroger on Route 4, which is the closest Kroger to that location. By going there, I had the information from Mr. Madden's card, and I asked them if they could run that through their system to see if he did in fact use his card there at their store. They were able to find that he was in the store around 7:40 p.m. Checking out. I requested the video from Kroger for that incident. Initially, they could only show it to me. They weren't able to download it yet. They had to get a tech person to do it. So I took some photos on my phone just to see what he was wearing. I went back to the police department and looked through the crime scene photos, and I observed some of the items that Mr. Madden was wearing the night before were in our crime scene photos.
And what are we looking at here, Detective?
This is the exit camera for Kroger's. It's actually on a different system. At the time, they had two different systems running. So this is as you leave the U-scan and walk out the front of the Kroger out to the main entrance. So that's Mr. Madden walking out. You see the clothing that he's wearing, carrying his bag, and then he just looks in the bag and just walks out the front door.
And you didn't see anybody chasing him or anything like that, did you?
No, sir. This is when Mr. Madden first comes up to the U-scan. You can see it's a top-down shot. You can see the gray and black hat, the green and black vest, along with a gray shirt and shorts and his gym shoes. There's no holes or blood appear to be on either item. Once again, the green vest, the hat, and the shirt, there seems to be no blood or damage to either item. Again, a closer up look, there's no holes, no cuts, no blood. Mr. Madden standing there, doesn't seem to be looking around for anybody, just standing at the U-scan.
The investigators turn to that morning, probing Toby's story. He repeats that he fell asleep after the gas workers arrived, and when he woke up, Rachelle was on the floor. The investigator projects empathy, acting as a shoulder to cry on. It's imperative that Toby trusts him.
Toby, may I ask you a question? You said you used meth last year. Are you still using meth?
I've done it. I've done some here and there.
Okay. You remember the last time you did meth?
I think it was a couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago? Okay.
I did a little, and
the reason why I asked, because, I mean, you said you couldn't sleep, and you were, you know, just awake, and then you were just like you kind of crashed. Were you up for a couple of days?
I was up trying to get the place ready for so we can get going, because the person that was supposed to do the work actually took they paid him $2,500 up front, then gave him $3,000 to buy material.
Toby doesn't directly answer the question, so the detective asks another.
After you did CPR on her and all that stuff, did you ever try to clean up?
What do you mean? Try to clean up?
Like, did you wash your hands or try to clean yourself up at all?
Do you mean like get blood off of me?
Yes.
I went into when I done the CPR on her. It was there was blood that was in my mouth.
Yeah.
It was in my mouth.
Okay.
My face, to where when I was pressing her chest.
Again, he seems to dodge the question. This is telling. When they were examining the crime scene, the cops found red stains in the bathroom sink that tested positive for blood, like someone had tried to clean themselves up.
Based off my observations with an unaided eye, I suspected there to be more evidence of blood within or around the sink that had been rinsed, washed, or cleaned up in some manner. And so I then applied a product known as Blue Star.
What is Blue Star?
So Blue Star is a successor to luminol. The jurors have ever seen any type of crime documentaries or CSI shows, you might know this as where if blood is suspected to have been cleaned up at a crime scene, they spray this and it fluoresces blue, generally speaking. A little bit more sensitive, provides a more intense fluorescent reaction that you can better document, and it does not interfere with DNA analysis. State's Exhibit 77 is the same sink in the same bathroom at the same residence at 1270 Parrish Avenue. When you apply Blue Star, you get what's known as a chemoluminescent reaction. A chemical reacts with the hemoglobin that's in blood. Having applied it to the sink, I suspected that there may have been blood elsewhere within that bathroom. And when I applied it to the floor directly underneath the sink, I got another indication of where there could have been blood at some point in relation to this.
They also found a Swiss Army knife inside a backpack in the house. It appeared to have been washed. The detective is closing in on the holes in Toby's story. They've also spoken to his and Rachelle's daughter, Michaela.
Well, Michaela told me that you guys were always getting in fights because you were on meth, and I guess Rachelle and you said you would get paranoid and get upset, and then always start accusing Rachelle of stuff, and then
Accusing people of what? Accusing her of what?
Like talking to other guys and stuff like that.
Yeah. Who told you that?
Your daughter. That's why I'm asking.
No. We didn't have any discussion about. No, we didn't get into fights like that.
Let me ask you, is that what happened this morning? Did you guys get in a fight?
No. No.
You guys didn't get an argument? Knocked down, drag out fight?
No.
Stuff got knocked over?
No, I never told you that. I never said we were in a fight.
I'm asking you.
No.
That's what happened today.
No.
Because here's...
Why would you, because Michaela told you that me and her had an argument before.
No, she says when you use meth that you get paranoid, and then you guys would get in fights because you would get paranoid about things, various things.
Toby denies what his daughter has told the cops, and she's told them plenty.
How old are you, Michaela?
I am 24.
And where are you living now?
I'm living with my mother-in-law.
We're trying to figure out kind of like what's been
What's
going
wrong
on.
with the man?
Well, just what's, I mean, I know they lived with you in, was it up in Loveland?
Yeah, well, he didn't really live there.
Right.
He brought his junk that he likes to call that he can make money off of. Never wanted to get a job.
Okay.
I mean,
has he been that way like your whole life?
No.
Or no?
no. I mean, he's always been abusive, alcoholic, drug user.
Yeah.
Leave on the holidays, events, certain things. Would leave on Christmas Day, not come back for a while, things like that. He's always been a very abusive, physically, emotionally, verbally, all that through my childhood. Domestic violence was a lot. My mom had a, what's it called, a codependency problem, where I feel like she wanted to help him and, help him through everything and be there for him. She had a problem being by herself, I feel like. And I think he manipulated her so much over the years of like staying with him or, like he's going to hurt her if she leaves, things like that. So I feel like it's kind of like a stray cat. You always feed it, it's going to come back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So they've been together for 26 years, I guess?
Yeah.
Toby and Rachelle's 26-year-long relationship was on and off, beset by violence.
He's cheated, he's lied, he's abused her, all kinds of things. You name it.
In their latest off period, Rachelle lived with Michaela until she couldn't afford it anymore.
He stole money out because they have a joint account with GE.
Okay.
Sadly. I don't know why she did that. With a drug addict, have a joint account. He took the money, or her money, for a down deposit. Like, we paid the rent, she paid the down deposit.
I got you.
Well, we did half and half. But he took that money out of her account when we were trying to get this hotel. So me and my fiance covered it.
I got you.
Basically, she was trying to get away from him. I mean, she's always been trying to get away from him, but he's like a stray cat. She's basically homeless for a while.
So she gets the house there?
He was never involved.
Right. Now, was that from like a family member? Or
My Aunt Sherry helped her.
Okay.
It was to help her get back on her feet.
Okay.
And finally, have an establishment, your feet are on the ground,
Right, a place to play.
Yeah. And she was having fun remodeling it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Michaela's putting a whole new perspective on things. The new house in Hamilton was Rachelle's dream project, and hers alone. That is, until Toby came knocking.
Do you know when Toby started coming back around?
I have no idea.
No.
Not really.
I didn't know
he went missing for a while.
Right, I remember, I saw the report, like, in August.
Yeah, he went missing for a while. I mean, my mom hid secrets from us because I felt like a lot of people, because I felt like she just didn't want people to tell her something or, or just be like, you need to stop, or,
Right.
I felt, I don't know, like people were going to be disappointed in her.
Keeping secrets from her family, Rachelle was trapped.
I always thought something, I hate to say this, I always thought something bad would happen.
Yeah.
Not like this, though, like you would hurt her.
Yeah.
But not kill her. I mean, he's physically got altercations with my fiance. He literally hit him with a vacuum over the top of his head.
Toby doesn't limit his violence to his girlfriend and daughter. He's willing to attack other people as well.
Do you remember what he went to prison for?
He was 15 years old, got tried as an adult, for shooting 3 people. Paralyzed 1. I don't know what happened to the other one.
Do you know where that was?
This is the 1988 conviction, when Toby was just 15. But it's a pattern with him. Toby's cousin has a similar story.
He thought that Rachelle was cheating. Rachelle wasn't.
Okay.
This is backed up by a video the cops find on Toby's phone.
Stop meeting up with him. That's what you do. Stop it. Stop it now.
Wow, you were really fucking...
That's what I've asked her to do. I had to post them. Folks, you know that I would never do that.
Well, fucking everybody will know how crazy you are.
I am not lying. Just do I look like that? I'm drug and schizophrenic.
Show them your track marks.
I'm just in the hospital.
I got their track marks.
Look here, look.
Where you shot up.
Look at them.
Toby's rants come across unstable and dangerous.
This is her making it up again. She's making it up. This girl right here, and I know her. I know her. I know her. And I know that she knows all of the men that she's been running into, talking to on the side here. I don't know who they are exactly, but she she's been caught. I just wanted it to be known that if anything happens, do not allow her to get away with it. Do not. I don't trust her anymore. And I hate to say that because I've loved her for a very long time.
And Toby's cousin certainly considers him to be capable of doing something bad.
I think anybody is capable of murdering somebody. But I know, without a shadow of a doubt, he did that to Rachelle.
Let me ask you this. What makes you think that?
Because he said it too many times.
So how many times do you think he said it?
Almost every time he comes to my house. He would, if it wasn't Rachelle he was going to kill someone else. He wanted to cut the fingers off of people. I had a cigar cutter.
It sounds like Toby was just waiting to snap.
It's because he thinks all these things.
Like the stuff about her being in a gang or
and
cheating.
She's against him. She's with them, so therefore they want to kill him, so does she.
So let me ask you this. So was she trying to get away from him now, or just kind of trying to move on?
She was trying to get on with her life. That's the part where it gets all messed up. To like get away from them.
Still, there's a difference between saying something and acting on it.
I know Toby's told me so many times what he was going to do, and then it still doesn't feel like reality. Like,
did she ever tell you like any of the things he had done to her, like physically?
Yeah, I mean, hitting her in the head with the axe.
Right.
He has pistol whipped her.
Okay.
He's held her down with a knife and told her he was going to cut her head off. And that's what he told me, that he was going to cut her head off and torment her mom.
Rachelle ever tell you that she was
afraid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
why she was going to get a restraining order.
Right.
And so she had told me, because I had asked her, did you get your restraining order? And she was like, I missed the court date.
If Rachelle had made her court date, then much might have been different. Instead, Toby was staying with her that fatal night of October 10th. Toby denies all of this, including that he was on drugs.
She didn't want to be doing that stuff, so I hadn't been doing it.
The investigator's done with his lies.
I asked you if you washed your hands, if you scrubbed the floors, if you did anything like that.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't scrub no floors or nothing like that.
Did you wash your hands?
I don't recall if I did or not. So why would I clean up the house, man?
This is the part that's confusing to me.
Okay.
I don't think what happened today necessarily was, how should I put this? I don't think you mean to hurt Rachelle. You guys
I wouldn't hurt Rachelle for nothing.
Right.
26 years I've known this woman.
Not only is the testimony of Toby's family against him, but also the physical evidence as well.
You got scratches on your arm?
Where? Show me.
Right there.
Show me. Where?
It's right there.
Where?
Right there.
That's a scratch right there?
That's a scratch right there. Yeah, there's two lines right there. What other reason could there be that she has defensive wounds on her? Okay, which means she was fighting with the person that attacked her. Okay? You had her blood on your hands. You didn't do that?
I was doing CPR.
Right.
I don't know if because it was around my mouth too. So what's that saying that I tried to do CPR?
No, I mean, it sounds like you tried to cover it up. Because I think this was.
Hold on, just say because I wiped my mouth. I wiped my mouth off. That means I'm trying to cover it up.
Why does your jacket have a knife cut in it?
A knife cut?
Yeah, it's got a hole in it from a knife.
How do you know?
We found it. We found it along with your phone and your wallet.
Where was that at?
Down in the basement. When you said you didn't go in the basement.
What was my stuff in the basement?
Well, I think you panicked and you ran downstairs trying to figure out what to do. Because you didn't mean to kill Rachelle, but you did.
No, so you're saying that there was a knife hole, and
yeah,
I never got stabbed by anybody.
Then why would you have a knife?
I don't have a knife hole in my jacket, man. You showed me where I had a knife hole in my jacket. Nobody stabbed me with a knife. You know this.
I know that.
So why are you saying that I had
You guys
a
found
knife
out
hole? Oh my
Because I
God.
think you were upset. Listen, I think you were mad out and probably paranoid. And then you got mad about something, you pulled
What
out.
did I get mad about?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
You weren't mad at each
Because
other.
otherwise, it just seems like you did this and then try to cover it up. Otherwise, you know, there's a big difference between you were messed up, you got upset, and you basically, you out of your mind and you did something.
So did I seem like I was out on the road?
When you were in here earlier, yes.
Because you wouldn't let me call my daughter.
I talked to your daughter. Your daughter, I asked your daughter, I said, who do you think hurt your mom? You know who she told me?
No.
You. Your own daughter told me that she said,
I would never hurt my Rachelle. She knows I wouldn't hurt Rachelle.
I don't think you did it on purpose.
Listen to me. Listen. Look here, man. I'm going to tell you something. You found my jacket with a knife hole in it. Did you find blood on it too?
I don't know. I haven't checked it.
Well, why wouldn't you check it?
Because I haven't had time.
Well, how would you get a knife hole and there's no blood on it?
That's a great question. I don't know.
But I didn't have a jacket on.
You told the officer you needed to go get your jacket.
That's what, that I needed to get my stuff. I needed to pick my stuff up. My stuff was laying right there right where the phone was charged at.
No,
that's where it was.
It was down in the basement.
My stuff was right there right when you walk in the door, right to the left there. My stuff was charged, and all my stuff was right there.
Then why is your wallet downstairs?
The shape of the cut in Toby's jacket matches that of the Swiss Army knife. It's another damning clue. He's scrambling for excuses.
There wasn't 3 people in there.
No, I know the 3 people in there, but they left. I know who the 3 people are,
Okay.
And they left, and they were at other jobs.
What were they doing there?
The gas stuff.
Like I said.
Yes. Right, and I'm not disputing that at all. I'm disputing the fact that you keep saying that it must have been them.
I never said it was them.
You did earlier when I talked to you.
You're lying. You're lying. I said it.
You told me I needed to go find out who they were.
Yeah, of course I would. Why wouldn't I say that? But I never told you they did it.
He tries to point to the gas workers again, but it's no use. The cops know they're innocent.
Was there anybody else in the house?
I don't know. I don't know. There were supposed to be people that were doing the hot water down there. There was somebody was supposed to come and look at the steps. So
who was supposed to come?
I don't know.
They know there is no guy. Toby's just trying to save himself. When the cops leave him alone, he starts to talk to himself again.
What a foul lying. Never mopping the blood, you liar. You liar. See, I cleaned up the scene, you liar.
He hasn't confessed, but the evidence is damning, and he's indicted for murder. At the same time, he has to undergo trial for the drug charges. There, he takes the stand, where he tells a whole new story, that after the suitcases were left outside overnight, he discovered a suspicious package inside one of them. He immediately delivered it to the police department. This seems like a ridiculous story, and the jury doesn't believe it either. He's found guilty and sentenced to 11 to 16.5 years in prison. He's serving this out when he appears in court for his second trial on the count of murder. This is usually where our story ends, but Toby's erratic behavior continues even in the courtroom. His public defenders keep withdrawing from his case. One of them tries to exhume Rachelle's body for a second autopsy, which yields no meaningful defense. And by September 2024, when his trial is scheduled, he's on his 6th lawyer. At the beginning of the month, this lawyer too files a motion to withdraw and to allow Toby to represent himself. Toby tries to ask for a continuance. When the judge denies it, he says he won't have time to review all the evidence and prepare his case without one, so he withdraws his motion to represent himself. He still has a lawyer, but that doesn't stop him from incriminating himself. Michaela attends the first day of the trial. She's set to be the state's first witness, but even before opening statements, Toby has something to say to her.
All right.
Has he just admitted what he did to her mom? The state prosecutor certainly thinks so. He uses it in his opening statement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see here, I have an opening statement prepared. However, sometimes things happen where you have to change on the fly. So I'm still going to give you this opening statement. However, I'm going to tell you something first up front. So probably 30 minutes ago from now, you all were back in the jury room. Mr. Madden was brought into the courtroom here. The record was on. We had to deal with some preliminary matters before you were all brought in. Mr. Madden saw Michaela Madden in the back of the courtroom, and the rest of family members. And he turned to them and said, as he made a motion of this, I'm responsible for what happened to her. I didn't mean it. I love you. That was recorded, and you're going to hear that recording during this trial.
Over the next 4 days, the state presents its case. The physical evidence that there was no one else in the house, that someone tried to clean the knife, and that the knife had created a cut in Toby's jacket. They call family members to testify about Toby's paranoia and violence. And throughout, Toby acts aggrieved about the proceedings. He complains to the judge that the jail won't let him shower. She tells him she has no power over the jail and its rules. On the fifth and final day, both lawyers are preparing for closing arguments. But Toby has a bone to pick with his defense.
He refused to do that. So there's so many things that I thought that I just wanted to put on the record. And that's all I have to say right now.
Is there anything else, Mr. Wilder?
Judge, I'm not going to respond to the allegations because if I were to do that, I would be breaking attorney-client privilege, and I'm not going to do that at this point. I'm prepared to argue his case as best I can based on the limited discussion we've had about the case. Despite my many efforts and meetings with him, not having a lot of information about the situation that occurred has limited me,
But his lawyer says he hasn't been forthcoming enough, and that's why their case has been weak. The judge takes no action on this basis, and she lets them proceed with their closing arguments. But there's more drama to come.
Each stab wound brought her closer to. She got butchered in the home that she was renovating. And I ask that you hold this defendant responsible for killing her. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that State Exhibit
Jurors, I'm going to ask you to return to the
State Exhibit 66 is a stick in there. And I also, if you look at the video of them questioning me down at the police station, if you look at it, they asked me, how did the blood get in the sink? I told them that there was blood on my face after I was doing CPR, and I told them that I went to the sink.
At this time.
Look at State number Exhibit number 66. Ask for it back there and see. There's a stick right there. They won't. There's plenty of things they won't bring to you. Ask for it. Right?
You can go get that. Okay, now.
Right?
Okay, so.
I know you're not commenting.
The court is not going to tolerate. Let me get back on from here.
You're not, listen,
right,
what you're not going
to
to do
the
is I'm not
defendant
going
to the upstairs
sit
remote
here
location
and
and
allow
take a
you
recess.
to.
Thank you.
This is what you did the last time when You want to come running down the hall this time? You got something to say?
Toby is removed from the courtroom following his outburst. The jury were hustled out as soon as he started speaking, but he hasn't helped his case.
We, the jury, being duly impaneled, find the defendant, Toby Madden, guilty of murder as charged in the indictment. The verdict form is signed in ink by all 12 jurors.
He's found guilty of murder and felonious assault charges. The judge sentences him immediately, adding a further decade to a sentence of 15 to life. He won't be eligible for parole for 25 years when he'll be 79. At sentencing, he tries to apologize.
I'm truly sorry to my family.
But he continues to blame his legal counsel.
I told Mr. Wilder that that I'm responsible, that I committed this offense. And I told him how, and I told him what happened. I went into detail, and I told him what happened, and for some reason he chose to allow the state to perform an act of there and state that I tried to hide everything that I done, and as if I didn't do it. I never mentioned that one time that I didn't do it. I told these officers, these deputies, that I done it, and he knows that too.
At last, is this a real confession?
That there's some discrepancies here that aren't matching up, and there's so many that I can put you on the chair to, and the chemicals of beds are laying right on the floor. But when you're poor, this man I never saw for almost 4 months.
All right, Mr. Madden, I'm going to interrupt you. Okay, let's go ahead and get it.
He's still trying to cast the blame on someone else, and the court doesn't let him get away with it. He's taken away. But why did he do this? Why did he kill the woman he supposedly been in love with for the last 26 years? Money? Jealousy? A meth frenzy? We'll never know for certain. Only that it was the last in a long line of abusive acts toward a woman he tried to control, and nothing will bring her back. If you or someone you know is experiencing abuse, the U.S. National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7, 365 days a year. 1-800-799-SAFE-7233 or thehotline.org. What do you think about this chilling story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe. Keep up with our channel, and we'll see you very soon on The Decoder.